Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Nerd Chat here on Electro Ninja's Lab. I am here with my fellow hosts.
Joker here.
And...
I said I'm here.
Oh, that's weird. Now it's cutting you out. That's weird. Why is the Discord being weird today?
I have no idea.
Because it
Anyways,
wants to be.
we have Captain Jack.
Yep, I'm here.
Our systems are just having weird issues today. So as you can probably guess based off of the picture for today, we're talking Pokemon again. Specifically because there was just the new trailer, which, let's be honest, amazing.
Yes, so excited.
So excited.
Yeah, I gotta dissect it.
Jinx.
I gotta dissect it and see what is going on there because it's really interesting. But yeah, there's some really cool stuff, and obviously we got some new Pokemon. But I want to know you guys' thoughts on basically every single Pokemon. So let's go ahead and start off with the starters. Personally, my favorite is Sprigatito at this point. But I'm also gonna, but for my Scarlet playthrough, I'm gonna go with Fuecoco. So that's gonna be fun.
I still don't know which one I'm going to start off with.
You know what? I'm gonna start off with the duck.
You're gonna start off with the duck. Oh,
I am.
Go for it.
That's gonna be fun.
Do the duck.
That's gonna be fun.
Okay. You know what we should all do? Is we all pick one starter, and then we show each other how they evolve, and like
We'll
put it into Nerd Chat.
We'll probably get the evolved forms at some point soon. Everyone's kind of guessing that will be probably the next trailer, which will probably be like the next few weeks or so, since we're so close to release. And we'll probably get their middle evolutions as well as their final evolutions before too long. But
I'm excited to see how they look.
yeah, part of me still thinks that Fuecoco is going to turn into a snake somehow.
I know. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I don't know what it's gonna be either.
Or dragon.
I kind of hope it's like a dragon.
That would be cool, but we've already got a dragon starter, so I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, he is the Croc Pokemon, so we'll just have to wait and see exactly how they do that. But yeah, Sprigatito is going to be my Violet Pokemon, and Fuecoco is going to be my Scarlet Pokemon, which obviously Scarlet is going to be the one that's going to be the Let's Play on the channel. And I will be talking about, I will be making a video officially announcing that before too long. But I don't know exactly when I'll do that. But that's because he looks like a pepper, so...
Yeah, he does kind of look like a pepper.
Yeah. And then
Who?
Fuecoco.
Fuecoco.
Yeah. And then of course we could once we all have our starters, we could trade each other all of them and then just be like
True.
and then we all have the starters anyways.
True.
Is it bad that that when I get Quaxley, I want to call him Alakeen?
No.
At least for my Scarlet playthrough because it's like yes.
It's Duck a la King. I get it.
Yep. And then obviously, Sprigatito. I'm gonna probably do something about spices, is my guess.
Nice.
And then
I'd name it rosemary or maybe like
yeah, something like that. Just like some random spices.
foxglove. I don't know.
We'll see. I kind of want to wait until we have the final evolution to say what I will actually name it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And same goes for
That's fair.
Fuecoco. But I'm guessing it's probably going to be something about peppers. I mean, and then there's Koraidon and Miraidon. I think we talked like a whole bunch last time about, that we talked about Pokemon about each of these. So I don't think we need to go over that again, but
No.
I still love Koraidon. I know that so many people are like, but he walks on all fours. And it's like, so what? I like it.
He's an animal, not a
I like
bite.
them both.
Huh?
But
What'd you say?
I like them both.
Yeah. Like, I do
They
have
both
to
look
admit,
awesome.
Miraidon is sleeker, but I like both of them. They do look cool. So, yeah. And then there is the new Pokemon, Armarouge and Ceruledge, which...
Ceruledge, I'm so excited for that one.
Yeah, and you guys...
Ceruledge looks amazing.
Yeah, and you guys are playing Violet, so it's going to be like... you guys are going to have a lot of fun with that one. And then I'm going to get Armarouge, and I'm going to call him Pot.
Yep.
He's just going to be... he's going to be how I cook all of my Pokemon.
I love it.
But yeah, so that's gonna be fun. And then Cetitan, which is a whale, a freaking land whale. I hope that they are gonna be fighting what's it called? It's one of my favorite Pokemon. Why am I forgetting? Yeah, the one from Sinnoh, the land shark.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I'm blanking on him. I have him, and I love him, and I'm forgetting what his name is. But you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think that they're going to be... it's going to be awesome, because I feel like they're both going to be in the game, and for whatever reason, they're just going to constantly be fighting. Like, Cetitan wants the... kind of rules the icy areas, while Garchomp rules the...
That's the one.
Yep.
Garchomp.
Yeah, Garchomp rules the lower areas or whatever. And they're just constantly fighting to gain more ground on either end. I think that'll be cool.
That'd be cool.
And then there's Cyclizar, which a lot of people think that he's the pre-evolution to Koraidon and Miraidon. But at this point, I'm pretty sure that he's not. He's just, like, taking inspiration.
Yeah.
Because...
I like that one.
Yeah. I think that, like... It's kind of interesting, though, because, like, everyone assumed automatically, oh, he's the... he's their pre-evolution because of what happened with, in Alola. But, honestly, like, pretty much every single legendary... they had their Pokemon that were basically their allies to a certain degree, that did have some connection to them. Like the birds have a strong connection to Lugia, and the beasts have a strong connection to Ho-Oh, and then so on and so forth. With pretty much every legendary, there was some Pokemon that had some connection to the legendaries. So
True. Who was connected to Moltres, though?
Moltres was connected to Lugia.
Oh.
Because he's the legendary birds. Duh. And then like pretty much all of the Sword and Shield legendaries are interesting because it kind of feels like in the lore there's the Pokemon that's in the Crown Tundra. I'm forgetting what his name is because I haven't played that much. But that Pokemon was like the king, and then his royal guards are like the two dogs, and then so on and so forth, which is just... honestly, that is probably the most interesting dynamic, and nobody talks about it, which is just so sad. I really hope that they make a Legends about that game and actually do something with it, because that would be really cool to see.
That's true.
Yeah. Like, maybe each of the legendaries was once owned by a great hero who assisted the king, and the king had that one, the crown Pokemon. And like there were like two Kubfu masters, and they eventually evolved their Pokemon into Urshifu or something. Like, I don't know, something like that. That would be cool. But yeah. And then there's Fido. We all love Fido. He's just a little pretty puppy. I'm sorry?
It reminds me of Yapper from Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Yamper.
Yeah, I think that
Yamper.
they are probably taking some inspiration from themselves. But it does make sense that because obviously Fido is or Paldea is going to be from... is going to be based off of Spain, and Sword and Shield were based off of England, so it kind of makes some sense at least. But yeah, and then Graffi. Did you have you guys seen his little trailer that they just had like a single one for him?
No.
Okay. So basically, I'll just go over what they explained in that. Graffi, they run around and they paint like trees and stuff with the juices from the fruits that or from the berries that they eat, and then they paint all over the world. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if I can. I might be able to find like the trailer and send it to you guys. But yeah, here it is. So I will just copy that link, and you guys can check that out at a later date. And there we go. So yeah, basically Graffi, he wanders around, paints trees and stuff. I'm assuming he probably paints like all walls and stuff, and you'll find like graffiti all over the place. And like for what the people of Paldea, like sometimes they're like, oh, those damn kids making graffiti all over the place, and then it's like actually a Graffi.
Oh gosh. That would be funny.
That would be absolutely hilarious if that's actually a thing. Like Graffi are just slowly inching into the city and just painting all over the place.
Yeah,
And
I love that.
that would be amazing. And then there's Cloth with the I love Cloth. He's so derpy.
He is. He's so derpy.
I need him. He is 100% going onto my team, and I'm going to kick some butt with him.
I know. I can't wait.
Oh my gosh! One sec. I'm gonna take a look so that we can actually see some information about him. So he is the ambush Pokemon, and he is only Rock type, which is a bit sad. I was kind of hoping that he might have some Water type in there. But because that would be so helpful in certain situations. And then he has Anger Shell and Shell Armor, which one of them is obviously it's been around forever, but the new one, let's see, yeah, Anger Shell. Basically, it once his HP lowers to half, it lowers his defense and increases his attack.
Wow.
So like, there's other stuff like it, but it's just kind of funny that they're. I think Shell Smash is like is an ability that does that.
Interesting.
But he basically has an automatic version, which is kind of interesting. And then obviously we all know Lechonk and Smoliv and how adorable those two are.
Smoliv!
Yep, that.
That's just a great picture of it.
Yeah, Smoliv is just great. I love him. He's just.
I'm naming mine Athena.
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 Oh, just Athena. I thought you said like something special, like different, slightly like. Athena.
No, I was gonna say Athens, but then Athena makes way more sense.
Okay. But yeah, okay. I'm intrigued to see if they're gonna do something cool with him because my brain immediately goes, oh, they're gonna make it sexy.
Ah.
Like, what was it? Serena? Is that what it was?
Oh, yep.
From the Alola games, like obviously they had their tiny Pokemon, and then it evolved into like this huge sexy thing, and it was like, what the fuck? I kind of hope that they don't do that, but at the same time, it's like they're probably gonna do that.
I hope not.
No. And then Paldean Wooper.
Yes.
We need more Wooper love. And I'm also intrigued because they haven't made a Paldean Quagsire, so a lot of people, including myself, are thinking that it's probably going to evolve into something different. So that'll be interesting. But we'll have to wait and see exactly what they do with that. But I'm intrigued. I can't wait. And then the Pikachu clone is, of course, Pommy. Which,
Yeah.
what is this thing supposed to be? It just says mouse Pokemon, but it kind of looks like a chinchilla to me.
But did they already do a chinchilla?
They did.
They
Electric
did.
type?
That's the scarf one.
Yeah, Minchino and Chinchino. But I don't know. I mean, they have I think that's like the one Pikachu clone that they haven't done though. Well, one of the few, because pretty much every single one has like a way that they a specific mouse that they go after.
True.
So this is newish. So we'll see. But let's just be honest, all the Pikachu clones, they're kind of crap. So, I don't know. But they're also so forgettable. Like, oh yeah, the Pikachu clone, but that's about it. I don't know. But
So, you
yeah.
know something really interesting?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I'm playing this game called Disney Starts Dreamlight Valley.
Okay.
Okay, it's really good. But there's at one point where you have to find the old ruler's lost diaries. And if you look at them, you have to be a Disney fan to know this, or like a really big Disney fan to know this. They're written in Atlantean.
Oh, that's insane. Oh,
Like that's the detail, is that they are written in Atlantean.
That's very few people like. That wasn't even really. They had like some translation and stuff in there, but that.
See, but I can write in Atlantean. I know the alphabet, so
yeah. But even like a good number of fans who love Atlantis, like,
wouldn't necessarily recognize it.
yeah, like they might recognize it as Atlantean, but aside from that, they wouldn't, which is just that's insane.
Yeah, this game has got so many Easter eggs.
Yeah. Oh, so I was watching a video today, or no, not today, a few days ago when shortly after the trailer released, and someone said that if you're attracted to girls, you're gonna have like a whole bunch of characters that you're gonna love in this, but as for guys, it's just like ugly, old, kind of weird, and then there's like one that's actually, or maybe two that you can that might be considered attractive. It's like, what the fuck?
Yikes.
So, I mean, obviously the three of us are, well, me and Joker are attracted to women. You're kind of you're kind of both, right? To a certain degree.
Yes, I am a chaotic bisexual.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we should talk about some of the characters. Like, I don't understand what the heck they're doing with all of them, but it's just kind of interesting what they have. So Arvin is this. Apparently, he's an upperclassman, and he leads one of the multiple things that we do. I think he's just kind of weird with his. I don't know. I don't really like him.
Huh.
So I don't know. He's kind of eh. And then there's Brackus, who's just creepy, and he's supposed to be the grass type Pokemon leader.
Yeah.
Like, we've had so many good grass type Pokemon leaders, gym leaders, and then there's this guy. Like,
But I'm glad that he's not the like goofy, laid back farmer goober that's normally the grass type.
well, yeah. I do have to say, my favorite one is probably the guy in X and Y, because yeah, he is laid back and stuff, but he's just a kind old man. That's how I see him, and I think he's probably my favorite of all of them. But yeah, this guy I don't know, I don't like him. And then there's Clavel, who's gonna be the basically the leader of the academy. He looks nice. I think it's funny that like the only difference between the two versions is like for the outfits is that in Violet they wear purple and in Scarlet they wear orange/red. I don't understand why that's the way that they decided to do it, but it's okay. It's just meh, in my opinion. And then there's the champion, which, let's be honest, she's hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
You be weird.
why am I weird? She is. Like, she is a very attractive character. So, I don't know. A lot of people are also in agreement with that. I'm hoping that she's not gonna end up being the bad guy like frickin' Chairman Rose.
True, same.
Like Rose, like, it made 100% sense that he was a bad guy, but since she is the chairwoman and the champion, it just concerns me that she's gonna somehow end up being a bad guy, and I'm just gonna be like, no. But I don't know. We'll see. And then there is the snow leader, Grusha, who is just hiding behind a scarf. She's kind of interesting. I'm intrigued to see what more information that we're gonna. Oh, I thought it was a. Wait, it's a he. I thought it was a she. I guess that's interesting. Grusha is a weird name to give to a guy gym leader, especially for Paldea, because A usually means that, especially in Spanish, that usually means female. I don't know. That's weird. Interesting. So maybe they're trans, which would be interesting because, like, the design looks very feminine. So I'm intrigued to see if they're going to do something interesting with that. Like, I kind of doubt it, but at the same time, it's like, maybe. And then there's Jock, who is just a straight up nerd. I'm intrigued to see. Like I said, most of these characters, I'm intrigued to see what they're going to be doing, but that's about it. Also, one thing that intrigues me as well is that, so far we've seen that the gym leader, we've seen Grass and Ice, and for the Team Star, we've seen their fire leader, and apparently they're going to have like each of the they're going to have multiple types. So what people are thinking is that each of these types is going to be a with every single type across the gyms and the star, the Team Star, as well as the Titans or whatever they're called. You're going to get every single type of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that would be great because we haven't had like an actual challenge for each type really ever. Like, even in Alola, which you had close to every type, but at the same time, like, you really didn't. Like, many of those challenges were basically, yeah, you wander around and you get the item, and that's it. And it's just like, what the fuck? I don't know. And then obviously there's your rivals. I think that they're interesting. We'll see how they turn out. I do have to say it's kind of interesting that both of your rivals are female. Usually they have them be each a different gender. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see if they're actually going to do something with that. Or maybe, oh, wait a minute. Maybe actually, because they've only ever shown Nimona. Oh no, never mind. I'm wrong. I thought that they only showed her with her orange stuff, but no, she is wearing purple in the pictures. Never mind. I thought that maybe she would be the rival for Scarlet, and then Penny would be your rival for Violet, which, I mean, that would be annoying that you would only get one of the two rivals, but at the same time, it would also be kind of interesting. I don't know. But also the professors. Let's be honest. They look nice. Like, they are great designs for the two professors.
Agreed.
Like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to see both of them in both games. My guess is probably not. Like, Sada is probably gonna be obviously in Scarlet, and Toro is gonna be in Violet, unless I've got those the opposite way. But whatever. The point is, they're obviously from the two different games, so I don't know. I really hope that they actually do something with I hope that they will both be in the game, even if they're like the secondary one is like a minor character. I think that both of the characters should be in both games, even if only one of them is actually your main professor. Like maybe one of them, maybe one, whichever game you get, you talk to that one the most, and then there's like the other one gives you like special items or something. Like they, I don't know. Like they, maybe that's how you get like the items that are supposed to be version exclusive, but in actuality you can get both items, whichever version that you have.
Maybe that would be really cool, actually.
Yeah. Because they have been trying to lean more into the way of you can still get everything no matter which version you have. It's just a little bit more challenging. They haven't been doing that with Pokemon very often, but they do have some degree of it. I think, like, especially Pokemon that you're supposed to evolve, that evolve into two different types depending on your version. They have been introducing ways that you can actually evolve them into both versions, both ways, in both games.
True.
So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see exactly, but I think that would be a really interesting way to actually handle it. So, like, let's say, I'm playing Scarlet, obviously. So Sada is my main professor. I talk to her about everything, and then Toro is just off to the sidelines. And if you show him that you have the evolved form of I don't know, maybe they're maybe Armorogue and Ceruledge are both have like the same starter Pokemon. Maybe you show him an item, you show him that you have one of them, and he'll be like, "Oh, cool! Here, have this item so that you can get the other one."
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be really interesting. Or maybe he's out on the maybe they're out on the field for whatever reason, and and you have to go and find them. Maybe they're somewhat near the location that it is, but it's still something that you have to do quite a trek to get to. I don't know. Something interesting. I think it would be really cool to see if they actually did that, but as of right now, there's nothing. So, I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
You want to know what feature I want them to add into Pokemon?
Which one?
Is actual, like, having voice, not having the text. There's been a lot of improvement in video games that have gone away from text, where you have to read it constantly, to actually having voice, and I think Nintendo and the Pokemon games need to actually start doing that.
Yeah.
They need to get
You probably get a broader audience by doing that now.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a good idea for sure.
There's so many games that do that now. Like, even Lego games started doing that.
Yeah.
Even though I liked the funny and hilarious stuff of not having the words or the...
And you can, and I think that what they did with the most recent Lego game was actually a really good idea, because you could actually choose to turn it on or off. So that they either mumble or they are doing the...
In Lego Star Wars they did that?
Yeah.
That is cool.
So, I mean, it's you have the exact same cutscenes, it's just that they
mumble.
They mumble instead of doing the...
They do the original stuff from the original Lego Star Wars games.
Yep, basically. But I mean, you still have your subtitles, so you can still read what they're saying if you need that. So, I think that would be cool. I think that if they were to actually implement uh, actual language, though, the problem is that with how Lego, or not how Lego, how Pokemon deals with things, with how they've been kind of trying to make it so that one main series game comes out every single year, it just that would be a lot of effort to put into making sure that every single line is voice acted. So maybe they could like do like maybe the main story or just like specific parts of the main story they could do that. But I don't see them doing the entire game in every single language that they have. Um, maybe like I could expect them to do English and Japanese, because those are the two most common languages that they expect. Um, which is weird because Spanish is the most common language in the world.
No,
Which is very funny.
Mandarin Chinese is the most common language in the world.
Oh yeah, sorry, Chinese then Spanish.
Which is quite funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. I actually expect them to do Spanish before they do Chinese. To be honest, just
maybe.
yeah. But yeah, I could expect them to do maybe because of the relationship with America. Um, I expect probably English and Japanese will be the first ones that they'll do with if they do dubbing, and then slowly but surely they'll add the other languages. But it'll take time, to say the least, to for them to get every single language in there, and doing that all in a year. Well, trying to make sure that they get all of that done within the time frames that they've got is just. I think that's a bit much to expect from them at this point. I don't know. Like, I do expect that probably next year we'll probably get Scarlet and Violet DLC or something, and then we'll probably get a remake game or Legends maybe. Who knows? I'm not certain. We'll probably get a Legends before too long. Another Legends. As well as they're probably going to continue to do the remakes stuff. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. What do you guys think?
I think I need another Legends. Yep.
Yeah.
Legends definitely needs to come out with another game.
They absolutely should.
I don't know if I saw or not, but I heard rumors maybe that they were doing another one. I know that they're doing a second Breath of the Wild though.
Well, that's
Yeah.
I think people the one that people want the most, at least from what I've seen, is they want a Legend Celebi.
That would be so good.
Yeah. That's the big one that people
Because Legends Arceus is based off of Diamond and Pearl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't expect them to do something for Kanto alone, just due to the fact that there's not really any legends. There just weren't as many legendaries at that point.
I want a Legends Moltres.
I think that if they did that, they would have to do one for each of the legendary birds.
Or just do a Legendary Birds game.
Yeah. I don't know. Something with that would be interesting, but at the same time, I feel like they would probably focus on something else first. So, like, maybe Celebi, and that will be Kanto and Johto. So then you can get all of the legendaries for that, and each of them has, like, a story involved. And then if we want to do a Hoenn one, my brain immediately goes that they would do something with Rayquaza, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but we've got Rayquaza. Rayquaza has a game.
True.
So I don't know. So probably one of them would probably have something, but I don't know what exactly. What I think is interesting is basically what people seem to want for Black and White is a Legends QRAM.
Yeah. Oh, I'd play a Legend Zekrom in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. And you could maybe you can get you can actually see how the original dragon looked, and that would be interesting if they actually did that. Like it takes place right before the maybe it takes place during the Dragon War, where they actually split the dragon into two.
Yes.
I don't know. It would be interesting. Or if maybe it's right before that, so that you actually find the dragon, you end up becoming the king, and then your children, like at the end, you get like a little cutscene where it reveals that you are actually the king, and then your sons screw it up and create Zekrom and Reshiram.
That would be dope.
Yeah, I think it would absolutely be hilarious if they actually ended up doing that, but I also think that it would probably take a lot of time to actually get that completed. I don't know what they would do for X and Y, like at all, because like they have like a whole bunch of mythicals and legendaries, but at the same time, like none are really as popular as like Celebi or Qrem or really any. I don't know. We'd have to wait and see to be certain, but yeah, I think that's probably going to be a little while before we get a Legends for XY, or really any of the most recent stuff, because it's just like there's not really that much stuff. They have been trying to lower the number of legendaries and mythicals, but I don't know. Is there a Pokemon that you guys would want to see a Legends for 6, 7, 8?
If I could have a game in the whole entire world, I would have a game based around Sock.
Are you serious?
Deadass.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. I don't think they ever would.
They should go back to their original, like, first edition Game Boy games and do Legends on those.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much that they could do, and it would be absolutely hilarious. And obviously, I don't think that any of us really have an exact idea of what they're going to end up doing. Like, a Legends Mew would be really interesting, but I don't think that they're going to do that because it's just, like, they've done so much with Gen 1 that it would just be too much at this point. And also, Mew is, like, is actually more ancient than the stuff with
Didn't Mew create the universe?
Yeah, practically. Well, more accurately, Mew is the first Pokemon, and Arceus created the world. But Mew was the first Pokemon and eventually would become each of the others. Mew is the starting point. So, like, that would be interesting, but at the same time, like, there would have to be, like, literally hundreds of thousands of Mews and very few other things, and it would just be kind of all things considered. I don't know. But yeah, I think that they could absolutely do a Celebi, and that could be both Kanto and Johto, and then Mew could still be around. But I think that we'll have to wait and see if they actually do that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about Hoenn? I'm trying to think of what would be good for Hoenn. Maybe Jirachi.
That would be good.
Like, I mean, the Reggies, it would. I think that there should be something with the Reggies at some point, where there's actually one of every single type. I think that would be really cool, but I don't think that would be something that they would do for Gen 3. That might be something that they're working on, and they're just trying to get like all of the Reggies laid out first, and then they would actually do that. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that. Deoxys maybe, but I think that Jirachi and Deoxys would probably be the two that would be the most likely to get a Legends game, at least for Hoenn. but I don't know exactly what they would do because both of them are space Pokemon, which, well, I would love to see a Pokemon game that's actually in space. I don't think that they're gonna do that.
Pokemon Space Station.
That would be great, but I feel like that would probably be like one of the last games that they do.
Oh yeah.
What if actually instead of Legends QRAM, they did Legends Victini?
Yes.
I think it's just that's just so ridiculous though.
You
to
just
me.
so no. Can you imagine the Victini temple? It's just shaped like a Whataburger.
What the fuck? Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. But yeah, I think like Victini should. I think Victini would be interesting because while all the other legendaries are kind of near the end of the Pokedex, Victini just happens to be at the very beginning.
True.
And I don't know. That's so weird, but yeah. I mean, Unova had a lot of legendaries though. They had like it had 2 trios, not to mention it had like 3 other 3 mythicals that are just like kind of out of nowhere, like Keldeo, Meloetta, Genesect, and then yeah, Victini was there, but it's just like, what is going on here? I don't know. It was weird. I mean, sure, Reshiram and Zekrom and Kyurem, they have their major trio, but then yeah, they've got so many other things that they could do with Unova. I think that Unova would be interesting if that ends up being the next Legends, just because there's just so much that they could do with it. But I feel like they would have to make multiple games for that.
Yeah.
Because, like, Keldeo, like, yeah, he has a strong connection with the Swords of Justice. Meloetta, maybe you could draw some connection to the, I guess, 4 now genies. Which,
Yeah.
that's insane that there's 4 of them now. I don't know. Maybe they're planning to do something with that, but I don't know. At this point, I don't know. Genesect is obviously ancient, so I don't think that they're going to do anything with that. But they could do something. And then, yeah, Victini. Victini, I think, if they were to actually choose one Pokemon, and then all of those stories were going to be were going to somehow be in one game, Victini would probably be the one to actually be the Legends for that. But at the same time, I have no idea what they could do for that. It's just too much. But as for X and Y, like there's 3 mythicals that really don't do much, and that's Diancie. Why can't I say it? Diancie, Hoopa, and Volcanion. But I can't imagine any of them being a Legends game. Like, maybe a Zygarde game, but at the same time, like, they kind of already did so much with Zygarde with Alola, and Alola kind of flopped. I don't know. They could do something, but at the same time, I don't know what they would do exactly. Do you guys have any ideas for what they would do with X and Y? For a Legends game?
Legends.
No idea.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that they like, besides Kanto, I think they have the fewest number of Legends / Mythicals.
Yeah.
Because they only
Legends
have 6.
Snover.
Huh?
Legends Snover.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious, but I don't think that they would ever do that.
Oh no.
They would never do a Legends for any Pokemon but Legendaries. Unfortunately.
No, Legend Pikachu.
Okay, they might do that. They might do that. But at the same time, I don't know. That's kind of weird. As for Lola, they couldn't. I don't think they couldn't really do anything with Type Null and Silvally, unfortunately, just because of the fact that they're so recent. And then as for the actual legendaries, it's like there's so many. I don't know where they would even start with that. I mean, they could do something with the Tapus, and basically there's a Tapu leader where all four combine, and they become like this ultimate Tapu. But I also don't think that they're gonna do that because it's like kind of stupid. I don't know. And then obviously there's the Ultra Beasts and Necrozma and all that stuff. And yeah, Solgaleo and Lunala, they exist, but at the same time, I don't think they're going to do anything with them. The two that make the most sense to me, or I guess the three that make the most sense to me to do a Legends game, would either be Magearna, Marshadow, or Zeraora.
Ooh, Zeraora.
Yeah. I love my Zeraora in Sword, but I can't imagine them doing anything with him. We don't know anything about about him, Marshadow, or Magearna. I mean, what would they? I don't know. Maybe they'd do something with it, but there's just no information about them. Like I think Zeraora was in one of the recent movies. I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe they could do something with him. Marshadow was in I Choose You, and Magearna was in the last of the Kalos games, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or Kalos movies. So, I mean, maybe they could do something with them. Meltan, they can't. Meltan and Melmetal, they can't do anything with them because of the fact that they are actually in the frickin' movie, or in the show. So, I don't think they're ever going to do something with them. But maybe Zeraora. Maybe they could do a Legend Zeraora. I don't think it's going to be around for a long time, but it would be interesting if they ended up doing that.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I think, yeah, so, and then for Sword and Shield, I'd say Calyrex. Calyrex should be the Legends game for that, because it just makes the most sense. And then, obviously, Zacian, Zamazenta, Cubfu, Urshifu, Zarude, Glacier, and Spectier are basically all his allies and stuff. Like that would make sense if they did something with that. And then maybe the Reggies have some connection there or something. I don't know. Maybe even Eternatus has something with that. But my brain goes Eternatus is way more connected to Arceus than anything.
True.
But we'll see. We'll see if they do anything with Eternatus. They should do something with him, but at the same time, I don't know when they're going to do. So, real quick, which of the new Pokemon introduced in Legends would you say is your favorite? There was Weirdeer, Cleavor, Ursaluna, Basculegion, Sneasler, Overquill, and Enamorus.
Weirdeer.
Weirdeer?
I would need to see pictures. I'm not good with names.
Here, I'll share that my screen so you can see them. Pokedex. There we go. Go live. So, yeah, since you haven't seen all of them yet, Weirdeer, Cleavor, Ursaluna,
Ooh, I like Weirdeer.
You like Weirdeer? Yeah,
I love Weirdeer.
Yeah. Weirdeer is probably...
Weirdeer is awesome.
Like, it's the first one you get, and it's just, like, so cool. And then there's Basculegion. I really like Basculegion, mostly because he just adds so much to the game. And then Sneasler
Catching
is
water
just
Pokemon.
so weak. Same with Overquill. Overquill, I don't understand why they added him. Like, maybe they were planning to do something with him, but then they just decided, yeah, never mind. And same with Enamorus. They should have done something with Enamorus, but they just didn't. Can I? Yeah, I can see the... And it just looks so stupid in its Therian form. I don't know. They should have done something with Enamorus, and then they just never did. Maybe they do have some plans for him to be for all of the 4 genies to have something to do with the Legends Black and White game, whatever it's going to be called. But I don't know. We have a ways before we get into all of that chaos. I'm actually surprised we mostly stayed on target with Pokemon today.
We usually do when it's Pokemon.
That is true.
When done anything else, we get distracted.
But I mean, that's kind of sad. This is episode 20. We should have gone like completely overboard with just random shit instead of talking about just Pokemon for this entire time.
We can talk about Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah, but we haven't seen anything about. We don't know much about that, unfortunately.
No, you need to
We're
research
talking
it.
about Disney Plus Day, all the things that they added.
So, real quick though, how much research have you gotten into the whole the fact that J.K. Rowling stole from the creator of Worst Witch?
Yeah, not a lot. What I can find is that the Worst Witch came first, and that it's really only the first few books of Harry Potter that's directly based off of the Worst Witch.
And then later things actually do seem to be slightly different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, there's no war in the Worst Witch. It is written for a slightly younger populace.
Yeah, that would make sense. That it would since it is meant for younger people. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, clearly a ripoff, but at the same time, clearly Harry Potter is the ripoff, but we can't really go much in depth with that at this point yet.
Correct.
So we still have some ways to go into that and look into more details to rip Harry Potter a new one, specifically J.K. Rowling.
I love ripping J.K. Rowling new ones. My favorite hobby is just to lay into that bitch.
Yeah, fair enough. Also, I think that Percy Jackson is going to be getting some new announcements for the series that's coming out soon.
Did you see their Percy actor? He looks just like Percy.
Which the new yeah, I've seen the actor. Yeah, he does look like Percy. At least what he's supposed to.
Yeah, he looks just like the book Percy.
I think it's stupid that that so many people are complaining about the fact that Annabeth looks nothing like what she looks like in the book, but at the same time it's like, did it matter? Like, Rick Riordan is completely okay with this. I don't know.
Uncle Rick is involved, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, like, yeah, he's super involved with this, so I'm intrigued to see how exactly he's gonna be going into this, because it feels like he's probably gonna be doing a lot more with it and adding things that he wished that he could have added back in the original books. But since they obviously have been around for so long, he can't change them at this point.
Right.
But he can add little details in there. Like, you said that there was a character that was that there was a gay character that was in love with Percy in the Heroes of Olympus, right? Jack?
What?
You said that there was a character who was in love with Percy since the beginning, but they didn't get a chance to actually talk about that in Percy Jackson, but they did in Heroes of Olympus?
Correct.
Okay. So they may actually be able to do some actual hinting at that in the Percy Jackson series, which would be interesting.
Possibly.
Like, obviously, I don't think that's going to be like a huge major plot point or anything like that, but maybe like little glances at him like all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to deal with that, but I think that it would be interesting to say the least. However, they're going to try it. Which, yeah, I'm intrigued. I think that it's going to be really good. Whatever they're planning. And I can't wait for them to finally get it out. Have they even announced a release date yet?
No.
I'm guessing it will probably be next year at this point because it's just so late in the year.
Yeah.
I think
If it's this year, I'll be floored.
Yeah.
I think on Disney Plus it shows that it's not like supposed to come out until like 2023.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I think it's like summer 2023.
Oh, well, that's actually pretty good if that's actually what they plan to do. My guess is,
I don't know. Or it's summer 2024, but I'd have no clue.
Yeah. I don't think it would be 2024 because they announced it pretty recently, and they with series you really don't want to announce things too early.
And then push it back.
Yeah, and then push it back to 2024.
Like they did with Star Wars and with Andor and
yeah, Kingdom like one of the worst examples is Kingdom Hearts. That was in development for so long that or actually Final Fantasy 15 is a better example, but both games were announced way before they were ready to be announced. And unfortunately, they kept hitting delays over and over again, and then they finally released, and everyone was like, "Yay!" But I don't know. It was quite exciting to say the least when they finally gave us release dates. But yeah, be absolutely careful with when you announce things, especially when it comes to a TV show involving children.
Oh, true. Especially if you've already released pictures of the actors.
Yeah, like kids age so fast. Like, yes, they are teenagers, so it's not going to be as major of changes, but at the same time, it's like it's still going to be some pretty big changes over the next few years. I don't know. Well, especially since they're about to hit their growth spurts.
Yeah, especially the boys.
Yeah. Like, the actress who's playing Annabeth, she's probably hit her growth spurt already, but at the same time, she still might have some growing left to do.
Probably does.
Yeah. So, whatever the case is, you gotta be really careful when you're doing stuff with kids, because it's just like, they age so fast, and then suddenly you have...
We don't need a Stranger Things situation on our hands.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they all look
True.
so much older, and it's just like, fudge. Like, they're all adults now, right?
well, most of them are all adults.
Yeah.
The only one that isn't is, I think, Will.
Yeah, but Will was really young when they started, so that makes sense. It's one of the reasons why for the longest time they didn't hire children actors to play in movies, especially if it was around teenage years, because they just hire someone who's an adult that looks close enough to being a teenager. And even still, they still do that most of the time, because it's just like, yeah, you don't know what's going to happen in the next few years with even an actual teenager. So, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched Gilmore.
What were you saying?
Rory and Lane were each like 25.
Oh, and Gilmore Girls. Right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched it, like, just a little bit. So, yeah, there's just... you have to be really careful with that stuff, because it's just like... one day they're young, and then the next they're like, I don't know. Like, and de-aging a child is like, or de-aging a teenager. That's a challenge, to say the least. Like, if they have a sibling, then you might be able to get away with having their sibling play the younger version of them. But that's very, very hard to do.
Which is why they need to finish Stranger Things.
Yeah, absolutely.
These kids are getting too old.
Yeah, like they can't do like the flashbacks of last season were just like, oh, this is clearly faked. This is really annoying. But I don't know. Like they specifically tried to have Elle still play. They had her play herself, but obviously they had her aged up to what she is currently, and then yeah, more characters, and they had to have like a younger stunt double play her when she was younger, and I don't even know who that kid was, but they did it somehow. And they probably got like a few shots. They might have also taken some original shots pretty early, and if they knew that they were going to be doing like a lot of different stuff.
I'm guessing that's what they did, is took shots from the first season and added it.
Yeah, with like some slight adjustments and stuff to make sure that it actually looked accurate. But yeah, luckily there's not really very many flashbacks in the Percy Jackson series, so I think we should be okay with all of that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do. But needless to say, I'm excited to see what they actually do with that series, because it's going to be really interesting. And I really hope that after they finish up the Percy Jackson series, they continue on and do Heroes of Olympus and Kane Chronicles.
That would be amazing.
Like,
they need to do a series for Kane Chronicles.
You've read Kane Chronicles, right, Joker?
Yes, that's the only Rick Riordan series that I read all the way through.
Wow. Yeah, Audible has Percy Jackson, all of it, and then everything else, pretty much everything but Heroes of Olympus and Kane Chronicles, you can listen to it on Audible, and it's like completely fine. But then there's Heroes of Olympus, which I'm trying to get through, freaking Son of Neptune, and it's just taking me forever. And then I need to read the Kane Chronicles, which is, yeah, that's gonna take a while. I don't know. I'll figure it out at some point, but it's taking so long. I need to get faster at reading. I'm hoping to at least I'm gonna try and get Son of Neptune done this week, but at the same time, I really doubt that I'm gonna be able to do that. I don't know. But yeah, so have you guys started watching anything else that you find interesting and want to talk about?
No.
No? Okay.
I did start watching. I know you guys are not into sports stuff, but I did start watching All American.
I have no idea what that is.
It's by CW. It's about a true story about it's inspired by a true story about a football player through his high school years. And it's very interesting.
Why do I feel like it's really just completely just all CW shit that they've been doing for the past few years?
No, I like it. But it goes through his life, and it talks about like the issues, because he's from the hood area of LA.
Oh, fun.
And it talks about those issues, and then it also like talks about the issues with them and the police and the gangs and all that, and it's very fascinating how they add it into the show.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna really. I'm trying to avoid anything CW lately because just they've done so much wrong with the like, especially later on with all of the DC shows. Like I think the
Yes,
only
like
one that they did,
Flash.
I think the only one that they really did well was iZombie, and that's because of the fact that that she literally could not have sex. Because otherwise she'd turn people into zombies. But I don't know. It's still kind of insane. But I love iZombie, but at the same time, it's like the rest of the shows just had so many issues. I don't know. Did you guys ever see iZombie or no?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I do recommend it. It is interesting. But at the same time, it does have its issues, but like pretty much everything on CW has issues. So I don't know. But I am hoping that I it is also DC, so there's that as well. So it's just not in the main universe. So like at all. And then what was the other one? There was another show that was pretty good. I don't know. There was something else. Oh, you guys have seen Sweet Tooth, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have not finished it.
You need to finish it. It's amazing, and I love it. I did consider getting the comic, but then I was like, maybe I shouldn't, because it's really expensive mostly. But that's beside the point. But I do. Yeah, Sweet Tooth was amazing. Let's just all be very clear on that. Anyway, so I think we should probably end this nerd chat here. This was episode 20, which was kind of shocking. We were kind of
Anticlimactic.
huh?
It was anticlimactic.
Yeah. We were kind of planning to do something kind of cool for this episode, but then we were like all too busy to actually talk about what we would wanted to do with it. Especially with everything that's been happening lately, but that's beside the point. Hopefully,
Like my kitten.
yes, you got a kitten, and yeah, things are gonna be chaotic.
Yep.
As always.
Yeah, and obviously, yes, this video did air one day late. Hopefully, all of you guys had a good tried to have a good weekend with everything that's going on in the world. But anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed episode 20, and we will see you guys next time. But on.
Bye.
Bye.